And now we'll hand this over to Bob, and he'll introduce again our guest.
President Cindy, fellow members and guests, today we have Jennifer Wills and Justin Brown from the City of Longview Parks and Rec. Jennifer started working for the Parks and Rec Department 11 years ago. She was recreation manager, and 3 years ago she stepped up and became the director of the Parks and Rec Department. Justin Brown comes to us from Woodland, and from Woodland he became the recreation coordinator for the city of Richland, Washington, and just recently he's moved back into town, and now Justin is now the recreation manager. Congratulations, Justin. Please help me give Justin and Jennifer a round of applause and welcome the Pioneer Lions.
Good afternoon, everybody. President Cindy, fellow Lions, right, and guests.
All right.
So I'm excited to talk to you today about something I'm very, very passionate about, which is our Parks and Recreation Department for the City of Longview. And so our Park and Recreation Department, if you just press enter, encompasses the Parks Division, the Recreation Division, Urban Forestry, and our Mitten Valley Golf Course. And we're going to talk about each one in turn so you can learn a little bit. Before I move on, if you'd like to ask me any questions on that specific topic, or we can talk about it at the end. So I'll first start with our Parks Division. So our Parks Division is made up of 15 full-time staff. We have one Parks Manager and an office staff, so that means we have 13 field staff who work in 18 parks. So if you could tell, that's less than one person per park. We also take care of all of the medians, downtown parking lots. We have 7 trails, 23 playgrounds. We are involved a lot with the community. So our Go Forth Festival, Squirrel Fest, when we work with the Lions, we work on the Lions Island projects, holiday lighting. Yay, Lions! Pretty much almost every park has some sort of influence from Lions, whether it's a bench, a shelter. The Lions have had a great involvement in our park system. Arlene and Ernie Kuntz were involved in the park system. They've been a huge benefit for our programs. And so the Lions Partnership, we just completed our Centennial project at the Lions Shelter, so that was amazing. It looks absolutely beautiful, very well lit up. So things we have for 2018 coming up, we have our Archie Anderson Master Plan project. We'll be updating the master plan for the community, and we'll be installing a new playground there. We received a $90,000 grant to be able to put a huge, beautiful playground for the Highlands kids down there, so we're pretty excited about that. And then recently, probably within the next week or two, depending on some of the things we have working on, we might be opening the Mitten Valley Golf Course trail from 38th to 42nd. So if you have any questions on our park system, or we can just keep moving on from there. No? All right. So recreation. Recreation, we have 8 program areas, and I think this is where most of you, if you aren't involved in the park system, see our programs, whether it's community programs, youth programs. We do a lot of different things in the preschool. So we have our newest Golden Apple Preschool, which is a partnership with a senior, the Delaware Plaza, and we have a preschool in the Delaware Plaza, which is pretty exciting. And so we have some of the residents there interacting with the children, which is really, really fun. It's been both a benefit for the Delaware Plaza as well as our kids. Also, we have our date night program, which is this new program that started last year, where we are pairing downtown businesses for kind of coordinated dates. So all you have to do is sign up, and it's a way to get people downtown. People were going towards Portland and Battleground and elsewhere, and we thought we have amazing things here. And so we have one coming up on February 2nd, which is with the gallery, the Broadway Gallery and Mill City. And so you'll go to the Broadway Gallery, you'll do a printmaking, and then you'll go to Mill City afterwards for food. And then our large community events. So if you've ever gone to the Thursday night concert series or the movies in the park, we have a triathlon. Obviously, you guys go to the Thursday night. Probably most of you go to the Thursday night concerts. We have our mud day. We have a triathlon. Our community events are getting larger and larger each year, getting lots and lots of involvement from groups, and we'll go into sponsorships and partnerships. But our community events is where we really bring the community together for fun, active, healthy recreation events, and they're a lot of fun. So our next one. So we couldn't do it. Our recreation staff is made up of 4 programmers. And then about 20 part-time staff who do a lot of our after-school programs. But mostly it's volunteers and partners. We partner with the Lions to be able to make programs happen. We partner with the Rotary groups. Some churches help us do some of our programs in the Highlands area. So we have over almost 6,000 hours last year just in volunteering. So some people come to after school and they read for the kids. And so that's how we get a lot of our programs moving and grooving, and that we are able to make them possible. The other is our donations and sponsorships. So many people don't know that the concerts are completely 100% funded by outside groups. The city doesn't host those groups. And so we have the Patrick Family Care and some of the other groups, KUKN, who are involved in those. And same thing with our Fiber Federal movies in the park. So many of those events wouldn't be able to happen without the business support and community support of our programs. And then in-kind donations. So that is when the Lions come and help us with our shelter, or other groups get involved and donate supplies, and any of that kind of thing. And then our scholarships. Last year we gave over $32,000 in scholarships for kids for after school. So if parents are working or they're going to school and they want a safe place for their kids to be able to go after school so they can finish up work or finish up school, or if even, it's sad to say, if there's a place where kids don't want to go home and they want a safe place after school, or they want to have a meal, which they might not, we provide snacks for kids after school. And so that's another partnership we have with the school district. The school district, Sandy, is amazing. They help us all summer long be able to provide lunches for kids. So that they can have that meal, especially if they're on a free and reduced lunch. That might be a time of the year that they're not going to have a meal, and so we are able to do that at some of our playground programs as well as our school sites. And then we also do provide scholarships for kids for about 50% to 75%, so that if they qualify and they want to take an art class or any of our other classes that we have, that they can still have that participation. And many of that is either we offset those costs, or we also have a scholarship fund that we are able to use to be able to have those kids go to school. Did you have a question? No? Okay. And so coming up for 2018, we just started a Longview Parks and Recreation Foundation, so Friends of Longview, and we will be starting that process here this spring, and so that's going to be able to help us offset some of those scholarship costs and some of those project costs that we have. Next is urban forestry. So if I were to ask you, do you live in a forest and you live in the city of Longview, you'd probably say no. You know, you live on 23rd or wherever you live. Because when you think of a forest, you think of national forests or national monuments, you think of Mount St. Helens. An urban forest, though, is not a place that you visit, it's a place that you live. And so these are your street trees, these are your backyard trees, these are your park trees. These are the ones that are creating that canopy over your house so that your heating bills are reduced and your air is fresher. These are the trees that we get to manage. We manage 14,000 street trees, and probably about 17,000 overall. And we have 2 arborists who do all of this. And so they're running around doing our annual maintenance. They're taking down trees, they're planting trees. We do pull from our park staff, especially during tree leaf cleanup. If you've seen it at the lake, we're out there vacuuming up all the leaves everywhere. And we do have a certified tree risk assessor on staff as well. And so when we get those calls for hazard trees or broken trees or trees that are diseased or dying, we can go out and assess their health. We do have the Frank Willis Arboretum, which is located at the lake, and it has over 110 different species of trees. And so if you're ever interested in that, on our website we actually have a walking tour of all of those trees. And so it's pretty amazing. So upcoming for this year, we have a urban forest tree.
just a minute, Al.
No, hold on, he's busy.
Trying to figure out why it's coming on. Nobody ever called me.
Turned it on.
It was a video that just popped up.
So we are going to be doing, no, you're fine. An urban forestry, $2.
Give that girl a push.
We're going to be updating our tree inventory this year, and so it'll be a large project we're going to be doing to assess the entire health of our forest. We haven't done that since 1990, and that's going to help us make some of those tough decisions. Everybody kind of wants to know about the old trees in Longview. What's the plan? And we love the trees. We have our tree health in mind with everything that we do, but we are about 60% over mature, about 30% mature, and about 10% new trees. And if we don't start making those difficult decisions on potentially removing some of these healthy trees that are older and putting them in with new trees, we could have some sort of episode where we are losing a lot of the really big trees. And so that'll help us make educated decisions to be able to move forward with that. On staff, also, we have if you ever want to see it, we'd be happy to show you, but it's a sonic tomography machine, which is really neat. It does tree MRIs, so you put it on the tree and it'll give you a subsection of the tree, and you can see on the inside of the tree health, which is pretty fun.
Can you do that with Al's head? Yeah.
There's not much going on.
Can I be your sponsor?
Yes.
How many people here believe she could be a lawyer?
And then the other one, we are Tree City USA. We are the second longest Tree City USA in the state of Washington. Ellensburg is the oldest in the state of Washington, and they're only 1 year ahead of us. So they're 34, we're 33. I've called their director, he doesn't want to give it up, but I keep working on it. To be a Tree City, you have to have a tree board, which we do. Our Parks and Rec Advisory serves as that committee. You have to have an Arbor Day celebration, and we tend to have two of them. We do one with the school, which is a private event with just one of the student groups that win our Arbor Day contest, and then we do a public one. Last year it was at the lake. It's always in the first week of April. You also have to spend about $2 per person per citizen on your tree program, which we do, and have a tree management plan, which we also do. And so we're quite proud of our trees here in Longview. It's second to the lake. It's what everybody identifies as what makes Longview a beautiful place to live. And then last but not least is our Mint Valley Golf Course. We are our only municipal golf course here in Cowlitz County. What?
I'm out of golf course
There you go. If you haven't been here in a while, come see what you've been missing.
now. I was there yesterday.
Did it look like that? Because it was sunny yesterday.
Sunny yesterday.
And the trees and the sidewalk. I play the whole course. Doesn't matter. So it's the only municipal golf course in Cowlitz County. Others are owned by the Elk and then the private club up at the country club. And so we have 18 holes. We also have a par 3 course. We're the only one. It's a 6-hole par 3 course. We have covered driving range. In 2016, we put in a new cart storage facility, so that was a big deal. One of the things we kept hearing is that we have a full cart storage, so we'd love to play or love to have a membership, but we can't get there. And so we were able to get that open. It's already over halfway full, so those are all new members that we haven't had before who were able to come and play with us, which we're very excited about. We like that you walk. You can get your steps in. It's okay. Or a walker. But we also have tournaments, outside hosted tournaments, locally hosted tournaments. We do fun runs. We have a glow ball tournament. We do a at night glow run around the cart paths, which are a lot of fun. We have a ladies' night out on the range, the big night out, which is a Friday night event that we do. We're going to be starting a new, it's not to be scary golf league, and it's based on either like a Fitbit or a fitness tracker, and actually has nothing to do with how many strokes you get, it has how many steps you get. And so if you aren't very good at golf, you get 6 swings, you have to pick up your ball and go to the green. But you mark your Fitbit steps when you get there, and you mark it when you leave, and it just depends on how far you walked. And so a way to get out and enjoy the course. And so those are our 4 different areas of what we do for the city of Longview, and I'd be happy to I do better when I get questions and I can explain what's going on.
Who is the gamekeeper or the zoo manager?
His name is Kurt, and he like traps nutria.
How about possum? How about grows?
We might do all of those things. We have a license for that.
How about geese? Will you take them?
I don't know. We don't want them. if they're a nuisance, we take care of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Just a couple of things. You had mentioned Ernie Kuntz and Arlene. Frank Willis doing that arboretum. He's a past president of this.
Oh, excellent. That's good to know.
Information. Also, and you probably know this, but a lot of people that weren't here for the Columbus Day storm don't know that if you go down to the lake, there's areas where the elm trees are about 10 to 15 feet apart. And then there's big areas where there aren't any elm trees. They planted young ones. That whole lake, when I was a kid before that storm, was surrounded by elm trees that were only 10 or 15 feet apart.
Yep.
And there's still areas where you can see how closely they were planted.
And so usually we try not to do species over and over and over again, just because if something gets unhealthy or gets a disease, it goes through. So thoroughfares, we tend to mix species, but because the elms are a heritage tree, they will be continued to be planted, and to try to get it back to where it used to be at the lake.
The trees that you have along the sidewalks or along the street sidewalk, if the roots go underneath the sidewalk, whose problem is it to get the sidewalk level?
That is the city's. Those are our trees and our sidewalks. I will tell you that we have about a 2-year backlog on fixing of sidewalks. That is our street department. But we do have a newish piece of equipment called a sidewalk sucker, which is actually saving us a lot of money. We used to come in, and we're hiring you. We used to come in and cut them out and then re-pour. We would do root pruning, and now we are able to actually pick up a section of sidewalk, root prune, and put it back down, and it's actually helping us move faster through that, which is really nice, and it saves a lot of money and time.
Do you give recommendations on any tree to remove from Mint Valley? There's one on number 7.
I always take recommendations. What I do with them is a whole different story.
Curious, if you hit somebody on a walking path with a golf ball, do you add a stroke or take a stroke off?
It depends on if it's him. You're good. There you go.
Is it true you opened it up? Because I haven't been there in a while.
It should be open by next week.
About 40 years ago, I worked for Parks and Rec as a lifeguard swimming instructor. Is Parks and Rec still working on the swimming program at Markmore School, or is that all gone?
That's long since gone. We were involved in the Catlin pool for quite a while before it became a spray park. And we get a lot of requests for any kind of indoor facility where people could play inside, whether that's a water pool or community center, because we are the Pacific Northwest and it rains a lot of times. And so we continue to get requests, but haven't been able to move forward on any type of community center at this point.
Use the lake.
So in the archives, there might be a picture of Mark in spandex?
Yeah, I will find you that photo.
Are there any plans for a municipal pool? If they ever decide to, they can contact Woodland for advice.
Yeah, exactly what not to do.
Only took a few years of. Anything else?
Well done.
I think we're good. Oh, we do have a disc golf course. We have a disc golf course out at Roy Morris Park. We have actually a lot of really neat amenities at a lot of our parks. We have shuffleboard at Vandercook. We're looking at redoing some of the, both Vandercook and John Knoll, resurfacing the tennis courts to involve a little bit more pickleball. And so we've got a bunch of different really neat. If you haven't visited the parks in a while, most people don't even know we have 18 parks. A lot of them are regional community parks, but a lot of them are just smaller neighborhood parks that are pretty neat, and usually it services the people in that community. We try to make sure that everybody has a park within like 2 miles is kind of our radius of what we try to make sure that we do, because it's a proven fact that if you have a park closer to your home, you're healthier, more active, and your property values go up.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank
And
you.
here's the appreciation cup for presenting your information. And Justice, thank you so much. I have 2 thank you notes here. One is from Jaylee. Who's this from? Oh, a scholarship participant. I'm not real great at reading other people's writing, but here I go. I am super thankful for the scholarship you gave me last spring. My first quarter at LCC has been full of learning. I was awarded a certificate for making the President's Honor List with a 4-point GPA. I completed 15 credits towards my AA degree in health and science. I'm doing a mouth thing too. It is so exciting to begin the journey towards my goal. I am registered for the winter quarter at LCC and looking forward to continuing the path towards my future. The opportunity of this scholarship has been appreciated so much. I am very thankful for your support. J. Lee Wynant? Something. Yeah, great. Wonderful. Good job. My goodness.
It's the councilman.
And we have a thank you note from,
New fee structure, huh?
Second, let's relive this.
and we have a thank you note from LYTV. Thank you for renewing your membership and generous donation. The staff at ALTV. We gave them $425.
Get your wallet out, man.
And the chaos goes on and on. Okay, Maryland has changed the date from March 7th to the 14th. It's at Yans at 6 o'clock. George has an education meeting tonight at the school. And that's Mark Morris? Ari Long. Mark Morris? Sandy's office. And that's at what school property?
Next to Ari Long.
Next to Ari Long, thank you. And Bill says he'll take anything for recycling for the next 6 weeks here at the back door. Doug has a visitation tonight. It's a G2 zone meeting at 5 o'clock. You can meet him at his office. Ken has a golf meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Mint Valley. And then there's sign-up sheets for the upcoming visitations. There's an executive board meeting next week at 11 o'clock. So those of you who are chair of a committee, thanks, you can get a hold of your VP to let them know that whatever you need needs to be presented to our board. And we have so that was that, and that was to that. And we have some educational things coming up too. The March 3rd, we're having a learning seminar in Vancouver. I talked with Mark last night, Mansell. He said it's going to be absolutely wonderful. There's going to be lots of categories to choose from, and you can go online to register, and there's also paper back there to tell you where to go online, or you can mail it in. And it's free, and you get a free lunch too. Yep. Okay, so we have, do we have a senility?
President Cindy Lyons and Getz. President Cindy, you are privileged to be the president of a club of very, very intelligent individuals. I want to let you know, everybody signed in today.
Wow, thank you so much.
Did Pontius not?
Pontius didn't sign in. He did it all.
Who reads that for you?
Who reads that? Who reads it?
Okay. Moving on to the blue ticket. It's 3787397. Lance has it. So get the cards up here for Lance.
You might have 397.
Tom? Lance? Okay, well, he's coming up to draw a card. We have the red ticket. Red ticket. We have a little business going on here. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's gonna draw it. Nope, he doesn't draw it. That would have been something though if he drew that the first time. Okay, red ticket. 6839892. White cane. And we have our desserts back there. This thing keeps going. Vicki and Tom. Okay. Thank you for coming and have a great week.
Yeah.